Surely not. I promise this isn't rigged. I promise this is not rigged. Oh no! There are times in life when you're lucky, and a lot of the time, to be honest, I've been just that. Others, not so much. Today, or yesterday as well, has been one of those times. Remember my ultimate gaming setup video? I mean, I made this, what, yesterday? You may recall that this PC had a liquid-cooled graphics card in it. Yet, for some reason, this loop is now CPU only. What on earth is going on? Well, if you watched my PC build video where I put all of this thing together and started to show you some temperatures, frame rates, all of that good stuff, then you may recall that this card I said was having issues with frame rate basically. It was running at around about 60% of the power. So I basically wanted to fix it, right? So I got on with all of my filming, got all of the videos edited, and managed to actually edit one of the full videos on this, rendered, no issues really. But then it actually came the time to try and fix the problems. I had some free time, so I spent my Saturday attempting to get this card to run at full speed. And long story short, what happened is this card slowly got worse and worse to the point where it started crashing, and then it just completely went. And at the moment, this card does not work. This is a 2080 Ti graphics card, and it does not function. I think it's like a memory issue particularly. Maybe the memory module's overheated or something, because as soon as you plug it in, you get all of these like horrible artifacts all over the screen, completely useless, can't even install a graphics driver, so it can't get into EVGA precision or anything to try and underclock it, undervolt it or anything. So today, I'm gonna try and fix it. Now, I certainly appreciate the irony in this situation because obviously I didn't pay for this graphics card and I put together this ultimate setup and I'm showing it all off and then it stops working the next day. I see the funny side in that. However, I'm a little bit more concerned about the fact that this is a Corsair block. There's very little for me to do wrong, I guess, is what I'm trying to say here. So I've noticed it is getting a little bit warped along the top, which is a little bit troublesome. That's not necessarily the biggest red flag in the world, but this actually used to be straight. I'm not sure how well this shows up on camera, but not anymore. So what I'm thinking might have happened is that there's not proper contact going on and maybe one of the memory modules has started to overheat. The card itself, or the GPU, I should say itself, is being kept under temperature, no problems. That was around about 60 degrees, but maybe we had some overheating going on a different part of the card. This then meant that the memory modules were overheating. I didn't realize what was going on and it essentially cooked itself. So let's crack this thing open and actually have a look, shall we? And obviously this is pretty much like the worst nightmare, I think, for any build, let alone water cooling build. But when you're building a PC, people will always ask me, you know, is it high risk? Do I need to be worried? I don't really feel confident in building it myself. This sort of thing should never happen to you because you're not taking anything specifically apart. If you're doing something wrong, it shouldn't like completely kill your PC. Like the only thing really that can catastrophically go wrong with building a computer would be if you damage like the CPU socket or something, but you know to be incredibly careful at that stage and there's not really much you can do. And if you do something wrong, it will be very obvious. The problem with taking a graphics card apart though, and putting a custom cooler and doing a custom loop on it, is that you sort of do need to know what you're talking about. That's not to say you should be put off, but you do need to be aware that things can go wrong that wouldn't normally go wrong with a standard PC. Because if my theory is correct, as soon as we take this apart, it should become apparent that something wasn't put on properly, and whether that would be covered by a warranty, I'm really not so sure. Right, so let's have a looky then. What has gone wrong and can it be fixed? So here's the card itself. You can see we did have coverage, but maybe one of the screws wasn't on tight enough, or maybe I used one of the wrong ones. But you know what? It does actually indeed look like on the other side of the block there wasn't enough contact on the memory modules, which would explain what went wrong. Because there's some imprints on some of them, but not on all of them. Whereas you can see here, there's loads of different memory modules, so they should all leave their own imprint. Because if you take a closer look, you can actually see that we've got all of these different modules that line up with the board and make the contact that they're supposed to, but then the memory hasn't. So it does indeed look like I've just basically blown up the card, which is a bummer because that is user error. You think how many PCs I build and I manage to get this wrong and kill a £1,000 graphics card. If you're less experienced, then, which is the whole point of HydraX, then I think it's going to be very easy to make the same issue. So I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what happens with the next generation of HydraX, with Ampere, with maybe Big Navi, and see if they make any changes. But it's a big shame. It's a big shame. That's made me really sad, because I don't think this is going to be rescuable. But we're going to give it a go. Anyway, we're going to give it a go. Let's see if PC Centric is actually PC Centric, shall we? So here we have the old cooler. Putting it back on, probably not so easy as taking it off. Honestly, I'm gutted. I am gutted. You now know, if you are going to install Corsair HydraX, to make sure you get that bit right. Can you imagine though, if I actually do manage to rescue this card? Like, I'm not gonna get remotely excited because it was completely stuffed up. But stranger things have happened. I don't have any thermal pads, so we'll have to buy some. The Corsair ones are not gonna come off of the card. So, as a very temporary measure, I'll see if I can get some contacts with this thermal paste, but I do not think it's gonna work. And if it does, it is not at all recommended. It is just a stopgap temporary measure. As I say, I just need the PC to turn on. I don't need this to start rendering 200 frames a second or anything. This is just for testing. You can hear the sadness in my voice, can't you? The sadness is, I know this is the end. And I know you're watching this saying this is a terrible idea, that is not going to work, you're being stupid, but sometimes needs must. The only alternative is putting the block back on and then putting it in a water-cooled system, but I don't have the stuff and I don't want to make a whole new loop just to sort of test a card I know is dead and I'm just gonna have to take apart straight away anyway. It's more just to see if it's still as broken as it was the other day. This could definitely be the worst idea I've had in a long, long time. The only way to learn from your mistakes is to make them. I realised I was being a right numpty and I actually forgot that the sort of bolts that you have on the card are actually sort of bolt screws, and you need, I think it's a Torx 4 to be able to get these off, which fortunately I do have. Also very useful for putting together a greenhouse, if you must know from experience. We do indeed have contact with the memory modules and the thermal paste, which I was not actually expecting. So again, I'd like to reiterate, do not try this. This is not a good solution and will not work for a long period of time. But for testing, I'm happy enough to leave this as it is, order the thermal pads and swap this out a little bit later. I'm not expecting this to work, but you never know. Next time, I think I would be able to identify the problem before we got to the stage of actually breaking the card. If something is wrong, don't try and push it as far as possible. Be aware, issues can happen, and even if you think you've installed it properly, it doesn't mean that you have. On the next episode of Fixing My Graphics Card, episode 213, still not fixed. Third party card, first party card. Okay then, here we go, moment of truth. I've not plugged the computer in. Moment of truth. So we're expecting to see a delay, but it's probably going to have loads of horrible artifacting on it, but fingers crossed it's not. No, surely not. Surely not. I promise this isn't rigged. I promise this is not rigged. Oh no! I thought it had happened. No! Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a defective graphics card looks like if you've never seen one before. Oh, I was so convinced. I've never got to that stage before. Can we at least get some BIOS? Can we get some BIOS? We can get some BIOS. This just makes it even sadder. Oh, you can't diagnose it. Oh, you don't understand. It's the graphics card. You won't be able to discover this. Oh, oh. That's new, that's new, that's new. It's like, it's trying so hard to work, isn't it? It really wants this. But as soon as it gets into Windows and it loads the graphics driver, it dies. Oi, oi. Oi, oi. No, it's done it again. But we got into Windows. It's thinking about it so much. It really wants to work, doesn't it? It really wants to work. My mouse isn't working either, because I'm using a bloody headset dongle rather than the actual one. Do you see why this is so frustrating? It's like, it's faulty, but it's not completely broken. I mean, this is definitely the furthest I've got so far. Last time I used this graphics card, it was not getting to this stage. It would just have that horrible lines and things everywhere. We couldn't install a graphics driver. So at least if we can install a graphics driver, we are making progress. Right, express installation. Come on. Come on. Let's will it on. Let's will it on. If you have any ideas on how we can fix this graphics card, then please do let me know down in that comment section below. I believe there is an oven method. Sounds dangerous. We could try that. If you have enjoyed this video though, and you've enjoyed seeing me suffer, then hit that like button. Don't worry, it's okay. This is the day job. You know, if it's gonna happen, I would much rather it happen to me than yourselves. Do get subscribed for more videos just like this though. I really appreciate it. It keeps me on my toes as well. Ampere is right around the corner, and I will be water cooling some cards, but I think I'll probably be giving it a few weeks before we get to that stage, because we don't want to repeat of this. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, all of those good things. It's at PC Centric. This is the first intro you've actually watched all the way through, isn't it? I should do this more often, because inevitably, as soon as it loads up the graphics driver, it crashes. So all suggestions are good suggestions. Do let me know in the comments down below. Don't get excited, it just hasn't loaded the graphics driver. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.